You are assholes and anti-Semitic. And anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic.
I'm anti-Semitic.
Because DoorDash was 2.5 hours late.
Welcome to Cue the Mic. I'm Darren Worth.
And I am Randy Twyford, broadcasting live from my pickup because our fucking power is off. Yes, we paid the power bill. They don't shut off on Sunday, historically. But some Nimrod hit a power pole out east of Jacksonville and shut down power for the whole east side of Jacksonville. You'd think we only got one power line for this. Well, maybe, obviously, we just have one power line. So we've been out of power at 6:30 in a pit full of briskets and running generator wires and that bullshit. So I'm broadcasting live from my pickup.
And
now
I'm
I feel better. And now I feel
better.
better.
You feel better, Randy?
Yeah, I do. I feel better now.
Okay, good.
And I'm Emma Derflinger, and this is episode 68.
68. You know what 68 is? You do me, well, you won.
There you go.
So you said that last week, and I obviously did not get it. And then my mom called me and was like, "Is your face really red? Do I need to watch the episode?" And I was like, I actually have no idea what he's talking about. So she had to explain it to me like I was a child.
I know.
So.
I told her.
Oh.
I told her. I'm like, she didn't get it. Went right over the top of her head.
Yeah. So, whoops.
Oh,
Anyway.
You did 68. You do me. Oh, you won. I'm not talking about you, Emma. But I'm just talking about in general.
Hypothetically,
you do
You made
me.
that way. I didn't think that, and then you made it weird because you said that. So you should have
just
kept
okay.
On to the next subject.
On to the next.
Wait till we get to 71.
Oh boy.
No,
We got something to look forward to.
I've never heard that one.
You haven't?
Oh boy. There you go.
Oh boy.
It's literally not even 9 a.m. on a Sunday. This is God's day. Can you keep your head out of the gutter at least a little bit?
Yeah, it's been a goddamn day fucking with these power lines and stuff. I'll tell you that.
Oh, you want to talk? Oh, you want to talk?
Randy's wearing a Pork Star T-shirt. I feel like that
Pork
needs
Star
to
T-shirt.
be.
Oh, you want to talk about days? Let's just start off. Let's just start off with yesterday. Okay, can we start off with yesterday?
Yeah,
let's start off with, how we always have these fun customer reviews, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, they weren't reviews. They were emails.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, so we get an email. I get an email late Friday night, and I get one yesterday, but I don't get them both until yesterday morning, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna love them. You're gonna love them.
I'm excited. I miss customer
The first
reviews.
one coming from the Crafty Mac.
Okay.
Old Daniel Kiao or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ordered a Crafty Mac bowl through DoorDash.
Oh, God.
Okay? Which, for those of you know, that when we get a DoorDash order, we get it, we make it, your DoorDash bowl's ready within 10 minutes, and we set it here, and DoorDash comes and picks it up whenever the hell they want to come pick it up, right?
Right.
We have no control over when DoorDash picks up your order.
Right.
We get the order, we make the order. They may pick it up in an hour. They may pick it up in 2 hours. We have no control.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Daniel, no subject. Your number needs to go through waiting 2.5 hours on DoorDash. Fuck yourself, die, and remove yourself from DoorDash. You are assholes and anti-Semitic. And anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic.
I'm anti-Semitic.
Because DoorDash was 2.5 hours late.
Because DoorDash was 2.5 hours late. Because Daniel probably ordered a $6.99 bowl. He probably lives 25 minutes away and didn't tip the driver. So they said, fuck you, we're not delivering that $6.99 order 20 minutes away. because you didn't tip. So
I got a
I'm an
question.
asshole. I should die, fuck myself, and remove myself from DoorDash because, and I hate Jews, right?
Yeah. Okay,
That
I
makes
got a
sense.
question. I got a
Yeah, thanks,
question.
Dan. Thanks, Daniel.
Pleasant fellow, and welcome to the day. I got a question about DoorDash. I don't do
Yes.
DoorDash, never done DoorDash. We don't do DoorDash. So explain to me, I would order for something, and if I ordered a $6.95 bowl and didn't add a tip to it, so it's out there kind of like an Uber deal. Different
Yeah.
drivers are looking at it, going, "Do I want to
Yeah.
do this? Do I want to do this?"
Yep.
And that.
And the professional drivers. So the DoorDash driver is going to get paid X for taking that order, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
They're going to get paid a minimum to
DoorDash
take
just
that
had
order.
to restructure their
Right? So they're
stuff
going
so
to
many
get
times.
paid X for doing it. So the professional guy, and they're going to be able to see the tip on there. So if you're if you've been with DoorDash a while, you're going to first get it and you're going to look at it and go, that has no tip. That makes, and it's going to tell you how much that's going to pay you a mile. And they're going to go, not worth my time, not worth my time. So it's going to keep going down this list. Now, if you're very new to DoorDash and you're bored, you may say, I'll take that order, even though it's only going to pay me $3. I'm not doing anything. I'll do it. But on a busy Friday night, and if they're busy, they're going to go, nope, I'm doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Up to the point that DoorDash is probably just going to cancel the order, right?
Well,
And
if it sits out there long enough, DoorDash will cancel it.
they may just cancel the order, right?
Huh.
So anything
Well, it
could
takes them a really long
anything
time to
could
cancel
happen.
it.
Now let me give you the opposite. So we had on Friday night, we had the grandchildren over at the house, right?
Right.
And they came over about 5:00 and they wanted pizza. They wanted Pizza Hut pizza. They wanted personal pan pizzas. Well, Pizza Hut, I couldn't get delivery out to our house. Sherry said, just order it on DoorDash. Well, I knew I didn't want to sit around for ever and ever and ever, right? Waiting on DoorDash to show up. So I went and ordered 2 personal pan pizzas and some bread for them. And it, my order came to X. I don't know, it was $15, $16, $17, $18 or whatever. So I went to DoorDash and I ordered that. And I left a $20 tip.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
A $20 tip. Okay?
I would have picked that up in no time.
From the time I ordered, within 20 minutes, it was 19 minutes, that pizzas were sitting on my doorstep.
No kidding.
A matter of fact, I think the DoorDash driver was probably sitting in the kitchen helping make the pizza. They wanted it out so quick because they saw that tip and said, wow, gravy train. Right?
So $20 is a big tip for them.
Oh, $20. Well, as a percentage.
Yeah, it's a huge tip.
If
Then also,
if you want to get it,
bill.
if you want something quick, you just tip big, and you will get it quick because the first person will pick it up and you will have it now.
I'll be damn. I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah. So
you're paying
anytime
for
you want
service.
DoorDash service, you pay for service, right?
Even though you're paying a service, you add the tip to it. That's the incentive for them to pick it up a little bit.
Oh, that's the incentive. Now that doesn't mean the restaurant, we can't see that tip.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean the restaurant's going to pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
But anyway, so let's just say he wasn't,
Is anybody there?
I am. Did we just
Oh.
lose him?
I think we must
Oh
have
my
lost him.
gosh, we did.
I thought
Oh,
it was
no.
me.
No, I was worried it was me. Look at us and our internet connections. Hey, Randy.
Hey, Emma. I didn't realize that tip deal was that big of a deal with DoorDash.
Yeah,
Huh.
I've actually been door dashing this weekend because Oh no, he lost his internet.
Trying to join the crowd. Oh, there he comes back.
There it is.
I'm not sure what
Surprise.
happened. All of a sudden, just lost my internet. It was kind of acting funky.
Right.
It's been a hell of a time lately.
So
I
anyway,
even have fiber.
Oh no.
Oh no!
if you could only see where I'm sitting at, you'd get a kick out of it. I'm sitting, so we have not very good Wi-Fi or internet or cell service there at the house.
There
It's
it is.
marginal at times. So I was driving around with my phone in my hand trying to find where the best service was, and I found it up on the corner, and I'm sitting in the shade of a grain bin in a neighbor's lot, so.
I love that. So anyway,
Do you at least know the neighbors so they're like not freaked out?
They don't live here, so.
Oh.
Okay. After that, I get through there. I send Daniel back a message saying,
Did you
"Hey,
send him a
Daniel."
gift certificate?
So,
Did you know who you're talking to? Do you know who you're talking to?
So Daniel, sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how I even responded to Daniel. Don't have any control over DoorDash, but
Yeah.
anti-Semitic, Daniel? Really? Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't. I mean, I know I took the pastrami off the menu, Daniel, but I mean, don't be a hater.
Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Of course.
That's,
Okay, so
so that guy was that.
like,
What time
fuck
did you
yourself,
get?
die?
What time did you get that order or that email?
It was, I don't know. Let's see.
Well, I
here.
guess it can't be that late considering you guys are only open till what, 7?
I got this. I got it at 7 p.m.
I was gonna like try to help that guy and be like, you know what? Maybe he could have had a couple of drinks.
I don't care
And
if you've had 100 drinks.
But that is
if you
that is
get like
outrageous
this,
behavior.
if you get like this when you've had that drinks,
That's outrageous behavior.
You don't need to drink.
Telling somebody to die because you didn't get mac and cheese is wild.
Fuck yourself and die.
And then being like, you're anti-Semitic is even
And you
crazier.
don't like Jews.
Like, I didn't get my mac and cheese, so you don't like Jews.
So I'm not sure I could top that one, but then the one yesterday afternoon was still. I'm like told Sherry, I said, "Wow, what phase of the moon we in?" So at 3:45 yesterday afternoon, I get another one from Carla, sweet Carla.
Nice, Carla.
Indecent exposure. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. That was the title, Indecent Exposure. My husband and I just left your restaurant in Des Moines. There was an older gentleman peeing in your parking lot right by your doors. Was not a pleasant sight. Might be a long time before we come back. Sincerely, Carla, 802 East County Line Road, Des Moines, number 169, 50320. So you saw a guy's wiener peeing. You let me know about that, and you made sure you leave the address because you're looking for something. You want me to send you a gift card because you saw a guy's wiener in the parking lot.
Okay.
Right? So my first reaction was, Carla, my grandchildren really like Paw Patrol, so we have decided to invent Pee Patrol at Smokey D's, and we will be monitoring our parking lot with Pee Patrol once every 10 minutes to make sure nobody's peeing in our parking lot for the safety and vision of our guests. But really, I sent back to her and said, dear, we can control a lot of things, but the one thing we can't control is our customers in a parking lot. I mean, it's just, and so, of course, I tell Sherry about this, and she goes, give me that address. I said, why? And she goes, I'm going to send her a blank gift card with nothing on it.
Oh boy, Sharon.
or she says, I'm going to send her a gift card with 2 cents on it. I said, why 2 cents? And she goes, when she calls back in to figure out why there's 2 cents on it, she goes, because then she'll know that I don't give 2 fucks, and that's why I gave her 2 cents.
Or I don't need her 2 cents.
I mean, really? You leave your full address for me?
Hint, hint.
I mean, really? I mean, that's what this world's come to?
I just want to know why that guy was peeing on the front.
Well, he had to
Step.
pass.
Well, the guy
came
got right off the interstate. Guy's got prostate problem. I don't know.
It's either that or wet your pants. What the hell?
But we have, I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
There's so many places to go to the bathroom in that area.
But you're not an old guy.
I guess.
I mean, you're not an old guy, and who knows? And maybe he had been inside drinking and he came outside and like, fuck, I gotta piss. You know, I mean, Randy, you've been there. I pulled off the side of the road and had to pee.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah, it just so happens probably not going to try and do it right next to the doors and maybe never even happened. Right?
Yeah,
well, Carla might just be fishing for gift cards. You want me to try and find the...
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
If I use the cameras, you're getting emailed the video.
I don't act... You know what? I take it back. I just wanted to, see if she was lying, but I don't care enough. Not my problem. That's yours.
Carla.
Dude, I mean,
well,
you can't talk to anti-Semitic, but...
You've had a couple days, a nice day and a half or so of some real good customer feedback.
Just customer feedback. It's always, I mean, sometimes you can control stuff. I mean, not one brisket complaint. I mean, not one food complaint. Not that I've heard,
Well, that's a positive note.
Yeah. So
I didn't realize all that bullshit.
Had a few 5-star reviews out there, but we had some nasty.
At least they were emails, because nothing worse than when they put that on Google and you can't delete it. So you'd have like a yourself die. Anti-Semitics. That would be wild. The anti-Semitic stuff on the internet would be crazy.
I would have loved for those to have been reviews.
See, okay.
This is the type of shit that really. So there's a bar in Florida, right, that we go to, or that we used to go to when we drank. Mm-hmm. But there was a bar in Florida that we go to called the Dive Bar, right? Mm-hmm. Randy, you've been there with me.
Yeah, we've been there.
The Dive Bar.
Yeah.
So the Dive Bar has a TV screen that they play their reviews on, their bad reviews, and their responses to their bad reviews.
Do they really?
And so, and so they always put the review and then they put their response to the review, and that's where I get the idea when somebody gives you a bad review and you really don't deserve it. You say, "Oh, thanks, Karen, for the review." Right? You always hated when I did that. And
I did.
So I'm like, this is T-shirt material, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And so then you put the person's name on there, and then you say, and then you at the end you say, "Oh, well, thanks, Cara. We've now created Pee Patrol," and just for something for customers to laugh at, right?
Yeah.
And people,
because we were going
to look at it and go, because 99.9% of the customers go, "That's funnier than shit."
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had that.
Crazy.
We had that 5-star review that said ribs were terrible. We should have made that T-shirt.
Yeah, we should have.
I used to hate when we used to get bad. That was stressful. Could you imagine if I would have gotten those instead of you first? I would have been panicky.
I was having a little reason why I was late this morning. I was at Mullet's and Mullet's had a gal leave them a bad thing on the the Food Karens of Des Moines site, the Food Lovers of Des Moines site, which I just disregard. I'm not even part of it. And so they had something where their French toast was soggy and their scrambled eggs came out kind of like an omelet, That's the way they cook them. They don't
Right.
scramble them up. It comes out like an omelet with nothing on it, right?
Right.
And the gal was just having a fit about this, and it was just a pile-on, and it's been going on for 3 or 4 days. And I'm like, Amy, the manager, I'm like, Amy, just don't pay attention to it. Just don't pay attention. I said, let me guess. You're fucking busier because of it. And she goes, we have been busier. And I said, there's no such thing as bad press, right? Once you get that type of exposure, people go, I'm going to go try this place out for myself.
Yeah,
or,
you're exactly
hey,
right.
I haven't been there forever. And she goes, the last 3 days, we've been really busy. Well, of course, she's got the owner in her ear going, hey, make this go away. And I'm like, no, you don't want to make this go away. You want this thing to last for 2 weeks.
Sure.
You want that headline, right?
Yeah.
You want that headline bad. You got that going on. We're not going to talk politics, but you want that going on, right? That's why they're spending so much money, that's why you see these political campaigns spending so much money. They want that news cycle because it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter whether it's Indian or black or orange man or whatever. It doesn't matter. They just want the name in the news cycle.
Sure.
That's all they want. That's all they want. So don't be scared of bad news, good news, whatever. Don't pay attention to it. Who cares? Just enjoy
any
the ride.
news
Enjoy
is
the
good
sales.
news. Any news is good news. That's exactly right.
Yeah. So interesting couple of days. So, we good news on the breakfast restaurant front.
Oh, okay, good.
Do we have a date?
Fuck no, we ain't got no date. Are you shitting me?
Okay, what is it?
We are ready to take possession of our kitchen floor.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow.
That is huge.
So we are now tomorrow. We will start putting the finishing touches on the kitchen floor or on the kitchen. So we'll be able to get the plumbers in there and put the sinks in and start moving some equipment in. And
great.
Woohoo!
Yeah, Emma, your mom called me on Friday afternoon because I was joking. We got this fancy ass oven we're putting in, this $25,000 oven. That's
oh my God!
It's a very fancy half pan converge combi oven that's going in.
Okay.
It's a very small, compact, 3 shelf, only holds 3 hotel pans or 3 half pans, combi oven that the son bitch better have coffee made when I get there in the morning. But it's coming in. And we went through this whole thing and they train it and you can run the son bitch from your phone and all this stuff. And she says, it's going in August 19th. I'm going, there's no way in hell this is going in August 19th. There's just no way. Will you be positive about this oven? I'm like, yeah, whatever. I just know how this shit works, right?
Yeah.
And so she's like, and the installation tech come in and did this preview and she goes, okay, see you August 19th. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Then she calls me on Friday afternoon and goes, I got some news. I said, what? And she goes, they got a problem with the cleaning solution that cleans the ovens. Yeah. They're not shipping any ovens till the beginning of October. I'm like, yeah. Okay,
holy shit.
She goes, no big deal. I'm like, told you. See, I'm used to this shit. No big deal. Just whatever. Right? We'll just cook them somewhere else. We'll just bake somewhere else till we get our fancy oven.
The beginning of October. That's wild.
Yeah, that's
a long time.
crazy.
That doesn't hold it back from opening, but it's not because of the oven. It's not because of the oven.
Yeah.
It's because of the fancy shit that they need to clean the oven.
Cleaning solution.
Yeah.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. So anyway, they can get us the not so fancy oven. And I said, well, okay, well, why don't they work on getting us a demo of the not so fancy oven that to use until their fancy oven shows up. So we'll see how that goes. So we're kind of excited. We'll get in this week, get the plumbing done. I got to get the walk-in cooler operational, and because I haven't been able to work on that because I've been working on the floor, so I got to get across the floor to do that. So we've been kind of dead in the water. The painter, she's 75% done, so hopefully she'll get done. And then they say by the end of this week we'll have the other floor done. So we'll hold our breath on that one, like always.
Sure.
So hopefully we get that done, get the paint done, and then we'll get some
3 more weeks.
countertops on, get some toilets reinstalled, and then, another week of work, and then we'll pull the county in, try and get some inspections, and
Sure.
and see what else we
so
have to
much to
fix
do.
before we can start the whole training process and POS systems. And by God, we may get this sumbitch put together before Labor Day.
It
That
sounds
sounds
like
like
it.
such. That sounds like okay. I heard that list and thought, "There's no way," but I have faith in you guys.
But once you get the floors done, you kind of got it.
Yeah.
You're in the home stretch.
The floors
Yeah.
are the big major last hurdle. The floors and paint were our last two things. Countertops are just today. Sinks,
Fair.
plumbing's a couple days. You got to finish up the electrical. That's a couple days. Walk-in coolers a day. You got to get the equipment in a few days. So everything is not weeks anymore. And
Right,
all
right.
that stuff is really within our control.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so of course we've been testing food, going crazy testing food. We've learned a lot about food. So Amanda's been pushing my ass every day about testing food. So we've tested a lot of stuff and testing a lot of sausage and cinnamon rolls and pancakes. Learned a lot about pancakes this week.
Huh.
Lots about pancakes.
It's the only part of the job I miss. I mean, not the only part.
I have tasted and spit so much food. I bet you I have ate 500 pounds of food this week and spit 500 pounds of food out.
That made me
What'd you
wanna
learn
throw
about
up.
pancakes? I'm curious.
Well, with pancakes, so we started off with this recipe that we had found, and it was a really great pancake. Had a ton of flavor, but it wasn't very thick and fluffy. Right?
Right.
And so then I went to another recipe that we had used for years and years and years, and we had kind of mixed it with a great grandma recipe that I had, and we had kind of melded those two together, but it had the fluffiness but not a lot of flavor.
Right.
So then we took the flavor out of this good pancake recipe flavor-wise and mixed it in with the fluffiness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, then we started playing around with the fat. So you can get fat from a pancake from melted butter, which is kind of hard to do because you got to melt the butter. And you say hard to do, but we wanted to be able to mix this up kind of on the go. So we're not buying a box pancake mix.
Right. Right.
Right? So melt butter, that means you got to melt the butter and mix it up. You can use liquid margarine, which you're going to have on the line anyway because you're cooking a lot of stuff. So it's just, hey, cook this, dump some vanilla in it. You're already going to have the flour, the sugar, the baking powder, all that ready to go. So you're mixing some, water and eggs and that stuff. Or you can use vegetable oil. So when you, and I can show you, it's kind of interesting if you're watching on YouTube. If not, then don't pay attention.
Or watch it on YouTube.
Watch it on YouTube then. So if you look at a pancake that was made with butter, you get kind of this type of, right?
Right.
Top, right?
Yeah.
But then you move to one that was made with liquid margarine, you get that. Okay.
Okay.
Kind of a little different top, a little more splotchy.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you move to one that was make oil, same exact mix, right? Then you do one with oil.
Oh my
okay.
gosh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's better homes and gardens right there.
So, and actually, I like I actually like.
See,
it looks more homemade, but
Yeah.
everybody seems to
It's
like
good.
the oil one better.
Well,
And the
see,
oil
I
is
think-
definitely easier.
I think I would look at the buttered one and think that looks more homemade. But I thought of that from like a marketing standpoint. The one made with oil was just going to be easier to photograph because it
is.
naturally looks
Yeah.
more appealing.
So interesting, and we we went through things like French toast. So we spent a lot of time on bread this week, and we're like, I wanted to do a thick cut brioche for our
As
French toast, right?
Yeah,
Right?
makes
Right.
sense.
Right. But if you take a thick cut brioche bread and put it through the French toast mixture and put it on the flat top, when it soaks in, the brioche really flattens out and it makes not a very fluffy French toast. But if you take and put it on a Texas toast, a firmer white bread,
Right.
then it stays firm and it actually doesn't sink and looks better on the plate.
Okay, but
So
I think that's the direction you need to go.
does it
And you
taste?
can't- and-
Because isn't
nope.
a brioche?
can't tell
'Cause-
any difference in the flavor.
Okay, because I was gonna say, isn't a well, I could be so wrong, but isn't like a brioche just naturally just kind of sweeter bread than Texas toast?
But
Or-
you can't tell the difference.
Huh.
Now what we'll probably do is our big push here is all our
Are they
breads
the same
gonna
in
be
cost?
well, actually, the Texas toast is cheaper, but we're not we're not about cheap bread here. So all our bread here is premium bread that we're using. So we're only gonna serve one piece of bread with our breakfast. Okay, we're not going to serve 2 slices of cheap toast. We're serving 1 slice of very premium,
Good
very
stuff.
wide, heavy toast that we're going to cut in half.
yeah.
Okay, so like our white bread,
yeah.
we've got a honey potato white bread that is
Ooh.
like huge.
That sounds so good.
Okay, and so
sounds
it's
so
huge.
good.
When you pick up this, you could fling this sumbitch across the kitchen and kill somebody. It's so thick. Right? And so instead of thinking this cheap ass bread, no, this stuff is high quality ass bread. And the reason we're doing that is because first, instead of taking time to toast 2 slices of bread, you're just toasting 1. It's
Right.
heavier, so it will toast faster. Okay. But it's also, I see most people waste their slices of bread. You send out 2 pieces of toast. Now, our methodology is we're going to serve 1 slice of really nice big bread. But if you want to, we'll give you another one at cost. We'll charge you, because most of this bread's going to cost us 35 cents, 40 cents for a slice of bread.
Right.
You want another
Yeah.
slice, we'll give it to you for 50 cents.
Right.
Yeah. Well, don't most people? I could be so wrong, but don't most people only get one? Like, don't you normally only get 1 slice of bread anyway? They just cut it into
No.
2.
Everywhere I've went, it's 2.
Oh,
Cut
Well,
in half.
But
that
on
feels
the
like a
bias.
vanilla effect because I always thought it was just 1.
On the bias. Well, yeah. So on the bias. So on the bias.
Interesting.
Yeah. So other than that, we tested out this week. We tested out a smash burger. We finally found a bun. I was trying to find a bun that was very neutral because I really don't care about the bun. I'm trying to serve a smaller burger. I don't care about the bun. I want the bun to be the vessel. I want the bun to be the thing. I want the burger to shine. I want the bun to be the vessel. Well, we found a school bun that's actually a wheat white combo kind of whole grain bun
Right.
that looks kind of like a light wheat bun that we think's going to fit it. So I made these smash burgers, and I'm telling you, I put this, and we made a burger sauce, our jammin' sauce. We made a couple variations of jammin' sauce.
I love that.
Yeah, we made one that was like killer, good. And
Can you tell me next time you guys need somebody to come like taste food? I'll just drive up there real quick.
And I made this. I said, hey, let me make this burger. So I smashed out these burgers, used my rehydrated onions like I always do. Your mom had never seen that trick before. Made these rehydrated onions. I made this burger, shredded lettuce, rehydrated onions. I made a double burger. I put 2 slices of cheese. I screwed up. I had to call her afterwards and I said, cut that out. I need a half a slice of cheese on each burger because it was too sloppy. It was wanting to slide around.
Okay.
If you put a half a slice of cheese on each burger, then
And
that
it
burger
holds it.
holds together. It holds it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I took it off. I took a bite of that burger and I'm like, holy, I just ate a Big Mac. It was like I had just ate a Big Mac.
Did you spit
Wow.
it out?
I spit it out. But I spit it out. But I said, "Damn, that was damn near good enough to swallow."
Well, that's good.
Huh. Go about 5 different ways with that one, but we just might as well move along. Move right along.
So we tested cinnamon rolls. We tested jam-filled focaccia.
I heard
we
about
hit
that.
Pop-Tarts. Oh, jam tarts, Pop-Tarts. She nailed the Pop-Tart. Oh, she nailed the Pop-Tart.
She's good at what she does.
Yeah, she nailed the Pop-Tart. So
Awesome. Menu's
yeah,
moving along.
We're moving along. We're moving along. We got all the bread
Good.
picked out. We made a good productive week. About one more good productive week of testing, and 2 more good productive weeks of testing, and now we'll start working on skillets and that type stuff. So
Sure.
Yeah. Look at you go. Look at you
Yeah.
go.
yeah, I'm sick of food. I'm sick of.
I can only imagine.
I've been going home
Well,
at night and just. I've been going home at night, and I'm like, I'm damn near vegan at home.
Isn't that
I can
crazy?
believe-
You of all people. Not
I don't
that-
blame you.
I didn't want that to come out as offensive as it sounded, but like
No,
you're the foodie, and you're like, I can't.
I am just, man, when I get home, my crave now is I am taking, and I'm still eating a little protein at home, right? But
As you should be.
but I'm taking yellow squash, zucchini, onion, red pepper, asparagus, dicing that all up and putting that in the air fryer with a little salt and pepper on top of it and tossing that
Hell
and
yeah.
mushrooms and portobello mushrooms
Hell yeah.
and
that
putting
sounds
that
good.
in the air and in the air fryer. Oh my God. It
I love
is
vegetables.
like, and then even leftover, like, and then we did a brat the other night. She wanted a brat. So I did a brat, and like yesterday I had a leftover brat, and I put that bitch on a tortilla, and then I put that vegetable mix over the top of it.
You and
I'm
your
like,
tortillas.
Well, them low carb tortillas, man, you get your bread, they're only 60 calories.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
I admire you for
fill.
using them as much as you do.
I love
man,
me a low carb tortilla, but because they're sweet, they just give me a little extra.
Every meal.
I don't have them every meal, but I do have them often.
And then my other thing is, and Sherry really hates it. I take a can of that cooked chicken in a can,
Right?
and I drain off the chicken. I just take the chicken, I put in some I put in some Texas Pete hot sauce in it, and just eat the chicken out of the can.
Oh, God damn, that's disgusting.
Oh no,
Yeah,
Sherry
I might
thinks
be
so
with-
too. She goes, "That smells like shit." And I'm like, "Well, stick
I
around
might be
because I
with
think
Sherry.
it's great."
I might
so-
be with Sherry on that one as well.
But
That's
all
I do
this,
too, you
all
know.
this, all this week we've been so busy testing, but I've been spitting everything out that I've been kind of getting grumpy now.
Right?
In the
Yeah, 'cause
afternoon.
you're
and finally
hungry.
finally on Thursday, I told your mom, Emma, I said, I think it's because I'm not eating anything during the day. I'm starting to get I'm not sure if my blood sugar's getting low or whatever. I'm starting to get a little grumpy, right?
You still need nutrients.
I said I need to start
Exactly.
eating
You're getting
a little
hangry.
So of course Friday morning here I'm sitting at her desk, right? Here she comes up with the 80-calorie beef jerkies. And so here I show up Friday morning. She goes, here's a couple packets. She's taking care of me. She's got my little beef jerky packets. And by God, Friday I fucking threw a couple of them in my truck, and I'm off, and I was fine. Fine.
Took the edge off.
Just took the edge off, right?
Good.
And it took me about 2 weeks of being just fed up, just pissed off at the world.
Right.
In the afternoon, because I'm like, hey, I've been so busy doing shit that I'm like, hey, I'm not eating anything. I've been taking everything, spitting it out, taking everything, spitting out, taking everything, spitting out. I'm like,
Sometimes it's okay to just swallow.
sometimes it's okay to just swallow.
Something to think about.
July,
to think about.
August 4th, 2024, 9:28 a.m. We're getting a T-shirt made.
Sometimes it's okay to swallow.
We're getting T-shirts made. Cue the mic. Sometimes it's okay to just swallow. I better write that down.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Sometimes it's
I retract my
okay
call.
to
Too late, babe.
swallow.
Sorry, Mom. Oh no. Anyway.
P.S. Sorry, Mom. Composure. How was your week, Randy?
Well, kind of uneventful. Food truck was out. Yeah, we had the food truck out a few days. Gearing into getting rid of all my help. So I'm looking at the last couple weeks of August going, how the fuck are we going to do this? I don't say that because I know we'll get it done, but Marla brings it up. I'm not doing it.
Do you need me to come down? I'm not really, don't have anything going on.
Well, you can help out. But, I mean, Farm Progress shows coming to Central Illinois this year instead of Iowa. So we've picked up a lot of business with groups coming in from overseas. And we've got some Brazilians and Argentinians. Brazilians and Argentinians. And we're kind of swamped on them. So, but did a big golf outing on Friday, which turned out really good and stuff. And
that's cool.
Up in Springfield. One of the things I'm started on a little project is new pictures. When do you decide to put in new pictures? I've got a lady that
pictures suck.
I've got a lady, a photographer that has done some work for a place in Springfield, and she does a really good job. I mean, she's not cheap, but you get to thinking about it. What's the first thing people see when they're looking for a wedding or they're going to your website? And
people want to see what they're ordering.
Yeah, and stuff. So I think we're going to move forward on it. I think it's a good time to get everything in there and get the website updated. And the other thing
How long has it been since the last time you had them taken?
It's of good quality. It's been a while. That stuff that we've been kind of just piecemealing stuff in on our website the last year or two. So I think get a whole new set. And I was thinking too, you do all the sandwiches and do all the sides, but I think we need to do some plates. Do a plate of having a pulled pork sandwich with potato casserole and green beans and stuff like that. Doing some of our pork loin things and our barbecue chicken and our herb roasted chicken. That's big wedding movers, so people can get a good picture, get a good idea on that. So after we get
Randy,
through,
you have a great website, by the way.
Thank you.
I love this.
And once we get through August, I'm going to do my planning stage now, making a list of what all we're going to do and whether we're going to go to her studio or if she's going to come to us. And I just soon she came to us, but then she's got all the props and all that kind of stuff at her place and kind of work out that details. So then come 1st of September, we can have a couple sessions of picture taking and stuff and get everything freshened back up and ready for fall,
is she a food photographer?
She's a portrait photographer, but she does food photography for a couple different places in Springfield. And and so I've seen her work on that's where I caught them, one of the places I'm good friends with, and follow them on Instagram, and I could tell their pictures were being done professionally. You can the lighting and the shadows and the props and everything like that. And so that's how I got in touch with her, and she's willing to work for us. And for what she's going to charge, she probably should. But I think it's just and that's the biggest thing is do I want to spend the money? But what sells our products is pictures, and then the other thing is that'll give my social media person stuff to work with on a,
Yeah.
fresh stuff on a regular basis and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
That one's huge.
and so I'm going to have another intern this fall. The same intern is going to intern this fall with me on our social media stuff. So she's been doing a good job. So other than that, and like they said, the biggest thing is kind of gearing up. I know, it happens every year. Football practice starts, and getting ready for that. And so we'll be ready for them. Be ready for when those guys leave, and kind of filling out. And then I've got Megan Lawless, one of the Lawless girls, and Danny. They're both going to be able to help me more on the weekends and stuff like that. So that'll be good.
It's exciting.
So,
Yeah.
and the other thing is we've been asked to do a thing, and they call it Shoes, Brews, and Biz. It's the Springfield Chamber of Commerce puts it on. And it's out at a hangar, LRS, Levi Ray and Shoop hangar in Springfield. And you do small sample things of horseshoes, which horseshoes being a protein, a bread, a protein, cheese sauce, and then usually topped with fries. The fries are either topped with cheese, whichever way you want to go. So my concern was, and I talked to them, and they'll have 900 people at this thing. And so my concern was, how am I going to fry fries? I take the food truck and park it out and fry on that. But they're saying a lot, and she sent me some examples. People have done, tater tots. They'll hold better than fries. I question that, but
I think they do.
And then people have done like shoestring potato chips, shoestring potato fries, stuff that hold better. I'm thinking of doing pork rinds, doing a small pork rind horseshoe. And we're about ready to pull the trigger on that. But I'm looking for suggestions of something for a horseshoe that'll kind of showcase our products and stuff, but something that we'll just put them in the little 5-pound boats, little kind of sample type things, stuff. So I've talked to a guy this week that we're doing
5
a
pounds.
chamber.
5 pounds. 5 pounds is a little big for.
No, I'm
sample.
sorry, not a 5-pounder. We're using the 1-pounders. Yeah, I got some 1-pounders in from Webstrom. You notice I said that right. And
You did. Good job.
I've learned. And he says that it's a good opportunity. There's a lot of people, they charge, come to it, and a lot of businesses in Springfield bring their staff to do it because they have some entertainment and a bar, and of course, and this guy, Dick Levi, has a big car and motorcycle collection that he has in his hangar, and it's pretty neat to see all the stuff he's got and he's collected over the years and stuff. So I haven't pulled the trigger on that, but that's not until October. But we need to decide whether we're going to shit or get off the pot, and then if we're going to do it, start planning for it. So a lot of things kind of in the work, kind of in the mill, and like I said, getting ready. You're talking about diversity and being able to adapt to different situations.
Adversity.
Adversity. That's right.
That too.
One day.
Yeah, being able to. I had a company, a local company, call me up, and they wanted to do a lunch for some of their management people, and they said this was like last Thursday, and they said we'd like to do it next week or the next week. We don't have a date set. And I'm like, yeah, sure. It's a big company, and we've done a lot of stuff for them. I said, yeah, that's fine. Well, we'll let you know probably by the end of the week what day we're going to use, which is this coming week. Me thinking, okay, it's for management, so it'd be maybe 30, 40, 50 people, 300. And so they're wanting to do 3 meats, 3 sides, dessert. And as of Sunday morning at 9:38, I haven't heard back from them when they want to do it and what times or the exact numbers and stuff. So I'm hoping they don't want to do it this week, but it doesn't make any difference. We'll do it. Yeah, I mean, if they call and say they want it on Tuesday, we'll start throwing some shit out, and because they had talked about pork loins, and pork loins, briskets, and barbecued chicken. And so being flexible enough to do it, but she was concerned. She said, "Well, when will this work?" And I finally we hawed around about dates and this and that, and I said, "Listen, you're a good customer of ours. It doesn't make any difference. Whenever you want to do it, we'll do it." So end of story.
Good.
Boom.
Okay. Look at you go.
So that's about it.
Good deal.
What about you, Emma?
Oh, it's actually been an eventful week for me. Weirdly enough. Normally that's not the case. My dog got sick. Love.
You loved your dog getting sick?
That was a sarcastic love. It was terrible. Neighbor's tree fell in my yard this week. That was cool. Broke my fence. Darren saw a spiral at 6 a.m. Wednesday morning. Tuesday.
That was kind of a meltdown.
Yeah, that was not my best moment.
In the middle of our morning meeting, can I take this? Can I take this call? Yeah, why not? Well, you can take any call. Kind of the FaceTime meltdown.
Yep.
It's fine.
That was fun. It's fine. All worked out. And then I've been at Hinterland today will be the third day and final day. Thank God.
What's Hinterland? For those who don't know.
It's a music festival here in Iowa, St. Charles, Iowa. Normally a little small music festival. I mean, small as in the size of a festival. It's out in the middle of a field. However,
45 minutes south of Des Moines.
It's 30 minutes from my house. So
30 minutes.
25.
25, 30 minutes.
Yeah, so pretty convenient location for me. Fun little festival. They did oversell this. No.
There you go.
I don't do that.
Well, not you.
Oh yeah,
but
it is.
But every picture I saw had climbing kite cans, and they were.
Yeah, so their main vendor, with their new 4 milligram cans. Anyway, but so I've been at that the last couple of days, and it's been an experience to say the least. So you go there. They have a couple of vendors. I've been telling Darren he needs to get involved with that for the last 2 years. This year, I don't know. I think we might have been okay not doing it. It's a little chaotic. Probably would have made a lot of money, but also maybe not.
Emma, this year I'm into spending money. I'm really not into making money this year.
Right. It would have been right up your alley. It would have been right up your alley.
I'm into spending money.
I bought a brisket sandwich on Friday from a little barbecue place. I can't remember what the name was. I can't remember. It was a name I'd never heard of. Brisket sandwich. Bun was huge. Not a lot of brisket, but they had this nice little honey mustard on it. That was a new spin. And some pickles. It was $18 for just a sandwich. And I thought, And I was like, well, this is fun. And then yesterday, I thought, you know what? I'm going to get something that is always cheap, right? You would think. Chicken fingers and french fries. No, that was a $20 tab. I was like, what?
Does that include a drink?
Nope. Just the chicken fingers and fries. 3 chicken fingers. 3 chicken fingers, an abundance of fries. I'm like, fries are next to nothing.
Hand breaded?
I don't think so. They're like your basic concession stand chicken tenders, so I think they were frozen. Right. But yeah. And that was fun. I was like, well, I'm not going to eat anything else. That's not the case. I bought so many ice cream sandwiches because it's been so hot. But
how much was an ice cream sandwich?
Yeah, how much is an ice cream sandwich?
About $8.
Oh my God!
Were they Thelma's or what were they?
They were just M&M ice cream sandwiches from the grocery store
that you get at Casey's.
Yeah. For $2 at Casey's.
Yeah.
Those $2 ones.
Yeah. So Hinterland's making a lot of money this year. Got a lot of backlash. a lot of backlash. I've never.
Oh, really?
Everyone's so mad at them right now.
They'll
Friday.
still
just don't go.
They'll still
Yeah.
go.
Just
right.
don't go.
Well, we contemplated it.
But it's hinterland.
Well, no, the problem is that we debated on not going yesterday, and even today a little bit. But
And still going.
Well, yeah, because I
still
spent
going.
$350 on my ticket. So it's like I gotta use it, you know. Like I spent so much money to get this 3-day pass that I'm like, well, I can't. I'm not gonna waste that. So I'm kind of suffering, but it's okay. I think
So
it's live
back to
music.
this.
It's just hot.
Back to this
So
food
it's-
situation.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Back to the food situation. Who are you pissed off about because of the high prices?
Well, okay. I think
The food vendor or the
Well,
venue
I
or
think knowing my amount of knowledge based off like you know, being in the industry a little bit for a short amount of time and obviously doing this podcast, I'm not mad at the vendors because I know that they probably have to do that because of the event, you know? Like they probably have to up their prices because they have to cover a fee to be there.
right?
Most likely, you know? So to me, I'm
they?
kind of just
I mean, they do.
yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
But
do
let's
I think they probably they are probably overcharging because they're still trying to make a profit, you know, and they have to have workers there all day, and it's just brutal. And it's a festival, so prices automatically go up. Anyway, I mean, you can't go to a concert without buying a $12 beer.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I haven't even looked at the drink prices.
But it's
Those are
what the
probably-
what the market will
Yeah.
bear, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not about the cost. So you said the brisket sandwich. So
yeah.
you had so let's just talk about this brisket sandwich. Mm-hmm. Right. So you had a pretty big bun, right?
Yeah,
Was it
huge
bigger
bun.
than a hot dog hoagie bun?
Yeah. It was like
So it's
a standard, like, brioche, like a burger bun, you know, like a random. I feel like it was bigger than normal, but it felt like it could have been on like a Big Mac. Maybe a little bit bigger because McDonald's buns I feel like are special. But
Not a hoagie bun.
I don't know. No. Not a hoagie bun.
I
Like
thought
a-
you said hoagie bun.
No. I said big bun. Brioche bun.
Did I just lose my ears?
Oh no. Did you?
Oh no.
Oh no.
I just felt
You
like
s-
I did.
Oh, you just
I can
can't-
hear you.
you're just tuning me out. He's just
No.
tuning me out.
I just heard something that felt like I lost my ears. So anyway, so we're just gonna price this brisket sandwich out, right?
Okay.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna put 30 cents on that bun. That's high.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then we got four and was it chopped brisket or sliced?
Chop.
Chopped brisket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So even if the guy's paying $5.99 a pound for his brisket because he probably went to Sam's Club and he's getting 40% yield, right? So he's got $14.99 a pound in that brisket, right?
Yep.
$14.99 a pound sounds like you're getting a third or a quarter pound,
Yeah,
You
it's
got
not a lot.
right?
It was small. Yeah.
So $14.99 a pound divided by 4. He's got $3.74 a pound. $3.74 plus the 30 cents. So he's got $4 plus he's got another 15 cents in his honey mustard.
Yeah.
So $4.50.
It was like a bougie. It was like a
So-
bougie honey mustard. It like had like the seeds in it and stuff, you know,
Okay,
like
so
the,
now
the
we
good
got
steel.
$4.25, right? Because he's got some paper goods. He's got some paper goods, right?
And pickles.
Oh yeah. So let's say $4.50 all in. $4.50 all in, right? So
Yep.
So $4.50 all in at let's say a modest 30% food cost. That's $15, right? So you
Yep.
got $15, and if he's paying 20% to be there, yeah, that's $15 times 1.2. He's $18.
Actually, looking at my, he's actually $16.69
Yeah.
for his burger. But then the chicken tenders,
Don't even
Word.
talk about the price margin on those. So that's fucking
chicken
rape.
tenders were $20.03.
with tax.
with tax.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But
So the
back to,
brisket
but
sandwich was probably reasonably priced.
yeah,
based off
for
with taxes.
not buying
Yeah.
volume, right?
Yeah. But then
Yeah.
the chicken tenders, that was I almost said no thank you actually when she was like $20. I was like I really wanted these chicken tenders, but this is dumb.
Yeah, that's it's funny
Three.
you talked about
And there wasn't even that much
the
chicken.
climbing. So the climbing kites, Randy, is the THC drink in Iowa, and our
Okay.
governor that everybody's blaming. She's Republican, so everybody's
Nobody's-
blaming because we used to. Oh yeah, it's all over.
We're not.
We used to sell 5 and 10 milligram cans of this stuff, and so now they've put legislation in that you can't have any more than 4 milligrams per can, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
so they went, these local breweries have this climbing count. So the big thing is 4 milligrams per can, right?
Right.
Mhm.
So they're selling this can with 4 milligrams per can, and it's caused this huge uproar that it's 4 milligrams per can, right? So they've started selling this, whatever. Well, everybody that's throwing the uproar hasn't figured out. They just haven't figured out. If you drink 2 of them fuckers,
Yeah.
you're in the same place.
Yeah. Okay.
They haven't figured that out, Randy.
As you were before.
You just got to drink 2 of them. They haven't
Yeah, but
been
they're
able to do that math. It's just, I
Okay.
need the 10 milligram can. No,
It's
they haven't figured
expensive.
out. Well, yeah, it's fucking drugs, Emma.
Well,
Don't do
yeah,
drugs.
Don't do drugs, kids. I don't do
Right.
drugs.
Don't do drugs. It's really expensive,
Yeah. Don't do them.
right?
Randall, don't do drugs.
Now, do they
But-
sell them in liquor stores or what?
They say,
You can
you
get
can
'em
buy them in a
anywhere.
bar. I could put
Yeah,
them in my
you get 'em.
restaurant if I
Oh,
wanted.
you
They're-
can put them in the
They're
restaurant?
big. Yeah, they're big in breweries nowadays.
I'm surprised.
Um,
I'm sure they probably sell something like down here in Weedland.
You can- You can get them in at the farmers market. They have a tent. But yeah, they're a big vendor at this Centraland Festival. Everybody's drinking them.
Says something about the clientele.
Oh yeah, it's exactly what the clientele is.
Right.
But yeah, so today is supposed to be just absolutely. So they oversold this festival. There's not a lot of space. It's pretty. I was showing the guys. It's not. I mean, it's like a big lot, but there's not a lot of space. They got a lot of backlash on Friday because they only had, I think, 2 water stations inside the actual event, and it's been unbelievably hot this weekend. That the line for water was an hour long, unless you bought it out of a can. But they offered, you could bring in your own water bottle. We'll have water stations. So that they had a water shortage Friday, which did lead to them having to restructure the entire water situation. And now you can bring in your own water because everyone got so mad. Yeah, on Friday, one guy had to stop one song twice because 2 people passed out. People need to. It's just been crazy.
But that's like any concert in it's
Sure it
95
is.
Yeah.
degrees.
Yeah,
It's the beginning of August.
yeah, it's not really
Right,
a great
so-
time to
so
have a music festival.
So
In Iowa.
people go out and drink
In a
20
field with
beers
no-
and fucking don't know that.
Yeah.
I mean that happens
Which
everywhere.
that has been a big thing for I think that's why this festival's getting a lot of backlash this year is because it actually went. I was telling Randy, it went viral. Because of this lineup, so there's a lot of out-of-staters coming in to this festival that normally would not, because it's normally been a pretty kind of low-key thing. Like Iowans knew about it, maybe a couple other people, but not as. People have been coming from all over the country for this music festival this year, which isn't normal.
So what do you think
so
they
I
should
think-
do? Should they
well,
go back
I
to
just-
the
No.
shitty bands?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it's not. I don't think it's necessarily because, from my perspective, Friday when we woke up Saturday and saw all the comments being like, this is unsafe and all the backlash as an Iowan. I was like, it really wasn't that bad. I mean, it was packed for sure, but and like, yeah, the water situation kind of sucked, but like the heat and stuff that they were complaining about and the lack of shade and things, I was like, that's normal, this time of year. So like, I wasn't as offended by that. It's been it sucks, but it's just kind of how it is.
Wear a sombrero. How
Yeah,
else do you think
but
they
a
do
lot
it?
of the people are like, I drove, from Washington to be at this, and there's no shade and no tents and lack of water and all this and that, and it's like, dude, it's too hot to be doing this. It's unsafe, and it's like, dude, this is
Fucking
August
weak.
in Iowa.
I bet you not
I'm like,
I bet you not one of these
it
son
sucked.
of bitches ever had to detassel corn or walk beans
Yeah,
when they were kids.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
thinking about it because
Exactly.
yesterday.
Bale hay. Or
I
bale
was-
hay. Not one of these son of
yesterday-
bitches has ever been in the fucking hay mow as a kid.
I was thinking about it yesterday because, like, I was sweating behind my kneecaps, like dripping sweat from behind my kneecaps. That's when you know it's bad. And I'm just sitting, and I was like, I used to play softball in this weather in pants. Like, why am I bitching now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's really, it just is how it is. But
Let me ask
today's
you
gonna
something.
suck because I don't like people as much as most. So it's gonna be crowded and terrible, but we're gonna power through because that's what we do.
On that chicken fingers and fries, though, you paid $20 for it.
Yeah.
Did you know it was going to cost you $20 before you bought it?
Well, so if I would have looked at the menu because I looked up after she said that and it said $18.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just like it was like I wanted it so bad that I was like, hey, this is what I want, and then boom, and then it's one of those where like I wasn't gonna get anything really that much cheaper. Like everything's priced around that. Like it's all the same-ish price, no matter what I got. Like I could get a burger for $15, and it's all the same.
Yeah.
The reason that theirs was such a big deal was or why theirs was probably the most because the chicken fingers were the most popular thing there, and why it was probably priced just a little bit higher than everything else is because it came with fries. Nothing else had a side.
Right. So I think, that's one of the things, you do some of these events, and we've got an event coming up where they're taking 20% of our sales.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do I want to lose 20% profit? But I hate increasing my prices, but I'm going to have to cover that.
Yeah. It's
And,
just what you have. Yeah. You just have to do it. It just is crazy.
But the problem of it is a lot of people think it's the vendor that's hosing them, and, like the Illinois State Fair starts this week. And so people will go up there and there'll be something and they'll say, well, they're charging this goddamn much for a corn dog. But, they don't realize that you have to pay so much a square foot for frontage.
Right.
You have to pay for electricity. You have to pay for water. You have to pay for storage. And then,
Right.
They come around and audit your books every day, and then a guy that's got a little bitty cart, he drives it, but it's like some European vehicle, and he does donuts, does donuts on them. He told me I was talking to him Thursday at the Levitt Amp Festival, and he was saying that they just called him that Monday and said, we got a spot for you at the state fair. So he's going. And for him to go to the state fair, right off the top, is $1,900. And he's probably got a 6-foot, 8-foot booth frontage on a booth. He said, I have to write them a check for $1,900 before I walk in. He says, I'm going to have to take a check out there this week. Now then
I get it, but it's just crazy.
So you can't bash the vendors too much, and you're not. But I'm just saying a lot of people do. They're like, them motherfuckers are making all the money, blah 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 blah. No, it's somebody else that's you're just trying to get by, and you got your help, and so that's why we don't do the state fair.
Yeah. So
or on the other ways. So
right. So Sherry and I finally had a weekend that so every year we get to the farmers market one time a year.
Mm-hmm.
right? Where I'm either not on the road barbecuing or she's not in the office working or whatever. That was yesterday. And so we went to the farmer's market. And so, of course, we get our ass out of bed because it gets too hot and there gets too many people. So at
Oh
7
my
o'clock,
God, it gets packed.
we're sitting down there at 7 o'clock and we walk around and, of course, trying to eat healthy. And finally we decide that, you know what, we're not going to eat healthy. Let's just eat something shitty. So we walk around the whole thing and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Sherry's indecisive anyway. So what do you want for breakfast? I don't know. You decide. I don't know.
Pupusas.
So we we were sitting in front of the pupusa stand first.
Oh my God.
And then she walks away and whatever. And so then we go over and we're sitting in front. I said, we're sitting in front of Coach's kolaches.
Mm-hmm.
I said, do you want to get a kolache? Sure. So we get a sausage, egg, and cheese kolache. So we get this kolache and we split it. And there's maybe 3/4 of an ounce of sausage in there and maybe half an ounce of egg, a little bit of cheese, and a bunch of bread. And so it's like we eat part of it and we're like, fuck, this is all bread. Let's throw it away. Let's go find something else. So and the kolache was good, but there was just no substance to it all. It was just all fucking bread, right? So we're walking around. I said, hey, there's this farm back there that was selling heritage pork and bacon and all that stuff. And they had a breakfast bowl or they were serving a sandwich on a bagel. And I was curious about this sausage. And so let's go back and either get one of the bowls or sausages or whatever, or one of the bagels or whatever. I said, let's just get this bagel, split this bagel. So I asked the gal, it was $10 for this sausage, egg, and cheese bagel. And she says, well, the sausage, we just got back. It's probably going to be 5 minutes. I said, fine, we'll wait on it. So we wait on it. And so they make up the sandwich for us and we go behind and we sit down and they cut it in half for us. And so we're eating this bagel and she goes, did you get any sausage? And I'm like, well, I'm digging through it and I got one little crumble of sausage. And she finds one little crumble of sausage. Now, this is a farm that's trying to promote buying their sausage by selling these sandwiches at the farmer's market.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I got literally one crumble in mine, and she got one crumble in hers on this big, huge 5 boroughs bagel.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like for $10. And it was like an egg ring that didn't cover the bagel.
Yeah.
And each side had one, whatever. I'm like, what in the holy fuck? I mean, you never even got to taste the sausage. And I was expecting I would get a sausage patty with an egg and whatever.
Yeah.
Even if it was a thin sausage patty that was 2 ounces smashed thin, I would have been fine with that. That's what I was expecting. But I got 2 little ass crumbles. So I'm watching the gal make these sandwiches. And she's making the bacon ones. She's taking one slice of bacon. And she's cutting that bacon into like 10 little pieces. And putting 2 little pieces in each sandwich. No. And I'm like, what in the holy fuck? I'm like, what has the world come to?
That's insane.
Because
that's why I like those pupusas.
This isn't a cost thing. There's no way. I mean, it's $10. I mean, the bagel was a nice quality bagel. Right. They probably spent $2 on that bagel.
Yeah,
that's $2 on that bagel. But even if they bought retail, but they didn't have 25 cents in the egg, and they sure the fuck didn't have 10 cents in the sausage.
Yeah, that's
and I'm just like, what are you doing? You're trying to promote your product and get people to buy your sausage, and now there's somebody like me going, there ain't no fucking way I'm ever buying anything from them.
Do you think part of that is a lot of those vendors have set the price point for what they're charging for food, and everybody figures they need to be in the price point instead of charging $15 for that and putting a big doing it like you're saying. They're like, well, we've got to cut our portions back so we can be in that price point of selling it for $10 where everybody else is. Do you think?
Yeah, but they didn't have $2. They didn't have
didn't
two
have
and a
that
quarter
m-
in that.
Yeah.
They didn't have that much
Didn't
money
have
in a
enough.
sandwich for even $10.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but you're trying to promote your damn thing. I've been better off if they just served me a sausage patty and said, "Here, it's $5 for the damn sausage patty. You want to try it?" If I would liked it, I
Sure.
probably would have bought a pound of their sausage. But instead, now they've done the exact opposite. There ain't no way in hell I'm going back there. Which I only go one time a year anyway.
All right. The pupusas, though, those are very,
I know. We
they're
should've went
amazing.
We should have
And-
went for the pupusa.
They are probably the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a appropriately priced item there. I get $8 and I get a good amount of, that thing's full of pork and cheese. That's what I get. And
Yeah,
it's just amazing. The slaw, the
I know.
salsa. I get one once a week. Almost. Because I go to the farmer's market a lot.
You do.
I do.
Huh.
I do.
Well, let's
I like
just
the farmer's
say
market.
I got the cup of coffee. I learned that it's really hard to find a hot cup of coffee at the farmer's
Yeah.
market.
Do
Everybody
you want to know which
wants
one's
to do
crazy?
the fucking cold brew. Everywhere you go, it's cold brew, cold brew. I'm like,
Did you see the Northern Vessel one? That one's an interesting. But they bring a keg of iced coffee.
I think those
bring
guys. I think those guys had more climbing kite before they got there, or they were snorting cold brew.
They were just Why? Why do you say that?
They were happy. They were happy.
Yeah.
I walked by them, and their line was really long. No, they had like five
Well,
kegs.
so
They had like five
do,
kegs.
yeah, but they only do one. You go up. They only have one menu item. You get a iced vanilla latte with oat milk. That's the only thing you can get.
I'm gonna have to try this. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to venture out on this cold brew thing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
I
have
will-
to try
You won't like
one.
it.
You know,
For
back to my
you chug it
I'm
Yeah,
not
you
down.
gonna
don't
like
like
it.
Chug it
no,
down.
ice. It water. It
Why am I
waters
not
down.
gonna-
Well, because it
I
waters
don't-
down your coffee, and like you're big on like the actual taste
Now,
of
if you want a
coffee,
good one,
and it'll water
Yeah.
it down.
if you want a good one,
Well, I
so
don't-
you won't like it.
But I don't mind drinking my coffee in the middle of the afternoon though when it's cold. I don't mind drinking cold coffee.
Well, yeah, but
If you
it's
want a
not
good one,
watered down.
go to
It's the ice.
go to Casey's, and Casey's got it's called Black Rifle Coffee. It's a cold brew in a can stuff, and they got a triple espresso. It's good. I drank 2 of them
Oh
the other
my
day.
god,
I just love them.
Randy!
How many calories?
I
Did
don't
you
know.
sleep?
I don't know. It's not very bad.
6 shots of espresso. That's just 6 shots
Kept
of
me going for
espresso.
the rest of the day.
That's a lot. Oh yeah.
I
It
didn't,
probably
I,
did. That's
I
a
didn't
lot
check
of
my heart
espresso.
rate,
That's a
so
lot of
I
caffeine.
didn't want to scare my. Yeah.
It's probably high. I will say, so there is a vendor at
Oh, boy, I
Hinterland
bet
that's
they
doing
sell the
iced
shit out of
coffees. And I've
Well,
been
that's-
having one.
It
Well-
only says 130
It's
calories.
Black
so
Rifle. Their espresso.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it says. Black Rifle, 130 calories.
But I've been getting a nice coffee at about 8 p.m. this weekend just because I got to power through. Hey, man, you got to power through.
You know what I've been getting? I've been getting a fucking pillow
Yeah,
and a blanket
at this-
and
I've been at this
and a 68 degree
festival.
thermostat, and I've been
Well,
powering
I'm
through
concerned
till
about
4
what the temperature of the house will
I'm-
be by the time I get home. Because remember, we have no fucking power, so we have no air conditioning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe they've got it back
That
on.
was
Maybe they
a Wednesday
maybe they got
night.
it back on.
My power went out. Fingers crossed. My power went out Wednesday night, and I was like, I'm not sleeping. This is gonna be terrible.
There you go.
I slept like a baby,
There you
but
go.
it also kicked on like 2 hours later. But I was nervous.
I got a motorhome in the garage that if my power goes out, then I got the generator. If that
Yeah.
backs up, then I got the motorhome.
You're ready
and
to
if
go.
not, then I'm catching the next flight to Florida where there's a fucking house with an air conditioner, and if not, there's a backup generator there. So I got about 5 backup plans that I will have air conditioning.
Well, at least I've got to spend time sitting in the truck where it's nice and
Oh,
chilly. It's kind of chilly in here.
Yeah. That's been a big thing. We've been hanging out in the car for as long as possible.
What's Marla doing without
Oh,
Fox News? Did you hook in the
generator.
TV to
It's
the
wired.
generator?
There's certain rooms in the house that are wired up, and we flip the switch over. So yeah, it's back on. And the coffee pot. And the coffee pot.
Okay,
good.
man,
Or
I was
the
worried.
Keurig
Good.
pot.
Well, guys,
Yeah.
we talked for a long time today.
And what we
I feel-
learn?
Probably nothing.
Just swallow.
Sometimes it's okay to just swallow.
No. Let's just say nothing. We didn't learn anything. Okay. That was anyway.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry. Anyway, if you haven't already, follow us on social media at Cue the Mic Pod. Find us on YouTube at Cue the Mic Podcast. Like, subscribe, follow, do all the things.
Boom!
Randy?
Out of here. Done. Finished. Over with. Hope the fucking power's back on.
Boom, 68, where I'm going.
Okay.
Adios.
Well, we'll see you guys next week.